The power of leaks compel you. Reveal your secrets. We know that there's going to be a kill team with Celestians and Raptors. Now we know when. When talking about this previously, I was under the assumption that we would see the Deathwatch and Geomancer kill team, and after that would be the Celestians and Raptors. Turns out this is like the end of the story, the Deathwatch is the start of the story, and we're missing the middle bit. So I had assumed that the kill team with the Celestians would be out around Christmas in 2025. This is instead confirmed for 2026. It could be January, it could be March 2026. It could be some time to go yet. This is the end of the Tomb World arc that opened with the as yet unreleased Deathwatch kill team versus Geomancer in the Kill Team Tomb World set. Then we will get our Celestians. Then we will see our sisters with anti-psych attack, like Null Maul maidens. If only Games Workshop had thought of this concept before. If only there were some, not stealthy, but certainly very quiet, silent sisters that specialized in killing psychers. They could have greatswords. Crazy idea, don't know if that would happen. You could paint them in gold and forget it. Okay, we've done that bit. We have some better pictures of our 10 sisters. It is going to be 10 in the box. You can see in this Shadowhunt image, we have 4 sisters in the tomb complex, 3 in the street, 2 in the building, and 1 up at the top cut off by the camera. With better images, you can more easily see the Condemner stake on the bolt pistol, and we get to know their English names within the kill team setting. So the Mortis Sanctus is the Mortis Sanctus. The Incineradora is a Cremator. I think Incineradora sounds way better. We have Warrior, and here we have Sister Tinnitus. You can call her whatever you want. She cannot hear you because of the loudspeaker directly behind her ear holes. This may be all of the different weapons. It would be nice if there were some bolters and condemner bolt guns and something a bit different in the set. The Corsair kill team has a lot of specialists, but also had more basic weapons for a lot of the models. Though that kill team was designed to make 2 different sets of Corsairs within the game of 40k. These Celestians may be just one type of Celestians. If you make them too general, then they could look too much like Celestian Sacrosancts. Or if they had bolt guns, they look a bit like sisters. Regular battle sisters. Like Celestians were. I don't think we should be happy to lose a unit and then get a slightly different unit. And the Celestians with guns can still be built. Games Workshop could give us rules for Celestians with guns because you make them out of the Battle Sister box. You have the helmets there. You have very few other special weapons needed. Oh, we want a Condemner bolt gun? Great, we've got a Condemner bolt gun. If the Acolyte box can build 2 kinds of Acolytes and Metamorphs, I don't see why Games Workshop can't give us more rules for an existing box that they previously encouraged to make as Celestians because there were rules for Celestians. With my extensive research, by which I mean making a statement and asking you all to double check that it's real, I have got an idea of what's going to happen to the Novitiates. The most likely fate for the Novitiates is to get a basic 40k box without sprue number 3. Sprue number 3 is the one that gives you the Simulacrum, the bits to make the Hospitaller, the Dogmata Maul, the Dialogus Staff and Speaker, the Penitent Eviscerator and the Whips. This will just have 2 sprues to make either the unit with autoguns or with auto pistols and combat weapons. The box will of course cost the same amount of money as before, maybe even more. But this fate is very similar to what happened to the Death Corps of Kree Guardsmen. They had a lot more options, with one of the sprues giving them a servo arm, a kneeling medic, and a demolition guy. The new box has none of those, but it has the basic sprue so you can build them with lasguns. So if you want to get the Novitiates and make all of the characters, like almost all the characters you will need for the Battle Sisters, or generally get the Novitiates, I would get them now before the box is changed, if you can. If you can't get them through Games Workshop, or don't want to get them through Games Workshop and want to get them cheaper, check my affiliates that are linked in the description. They may still have some Novitiates around, and at a decent price, even cheaper than what Games Workshop is currently selling them for. Please, Get those Novitiates if you're gonna want Novitiates or characters for your sisters. Because if the Novitiates lose the upgrade sprue, I will no longer be able to recommend getting the box to make the characters. But these witch hunting Celestians may be a good alternative. Losing an upgrade sprue will also take away one of the flamer options and the simulacrum for the Novitiates. If future rules match the box that continues to be sold, and if that box does not have the character upgrades, no simulacrum and only one flamer for the unit. That would really suck for what is like our second most recent kit, just behind the jump pack Canoness that we got in this edition. Okay, Kill Team Shadowhunt. What is that gonna have? We don't know how much terrain, but it is suggested that you will take the Vulcus terrain and also the Tomb World terrain and make it work. It is a descent kill zone divided into 2 boards, one representing the upper or ground floor, the other representing the underground. If you're a kill team that can fly or has jump packs, that may make getting up and down between the two very easy. There was something similar in a White Dwarf boarding action rules, where there were lifts or teleporters or different time periods. That was some real like Prince of Persia 2 stuff. One side of your army is fighting in the past, the other side is fighting in the future. If you break something in the past, it becomes broken in the future. That was cool and interesting. And it was to do with Necron time manipulation shenanigans, so we could see something similar, if not in this coming kill team, perhaps a different kill team. So the amount of terrain is unknown. We don't know if this set will also include the Catan Shard of the Nightbringer. That would be nice. We also don't know the cost of this box. But it will have Raptors. The Raptors look very nice. Ooh, look at them grippers going around the stone. I would expect 10 Raptors, 1 or 2 of which are these fancy possessed Raptors. The Curse Claw. If you have the older possessed models from 2006, 2 of them had wings. That's a very similar look. And the box also comes with a Chaos Lord. I didn't expect that, though a lot of people had pointed out the very similar looking nature of the Chaos Lord to the Raptors. I just assumed this was another case of, like with the Assault Intercessors with jump packs looking like the Captain with jump pack, they are made from like the same 3D sculpted parts put together again. One of the models is labelled as a Warp Talon, and several of the backpacks have these extra blade vein things on the side. That is what the Warp Talon models used to have, to kind of easily differentiate between them and Raptors in profile. So this box may make Warp Talons separately in 40k to Raptors, or the Warp Talons may be re-merged in with Raptors, and you can make some models with Lightning Claws. I think it's more likely to have this kit can also be built as a Warp Talon pack. You can see from the Skyseer model that there are holes in the side of the jump pack where you could fit in these extenders. That is all Games Workshop is telling us at the moment. What I've been able to figure out from other leaks we have in the previous video, that is there for you to explore and for you to have a great day of 40k.